Rate cuts from the Fed haven't had much of an impact on mortgages. The average 30-year fixed rate rising about 0.7% since that 50 basis point rate cut in September. Our next guest says President-elect Donald Trump's proposed policies could lead to higher for longer rates. Joining me now, we've got Daryl Fairweather, who is the Redfin chief economist here. Daryl, great to have you back on the program with us. So why is that you're anticipating higher for longer rates?
Well, it seems that the market has already priced in higher rates given Trump's win. And it seems like the policies proposing may actually end up increasing inflation. The tariffs will have an inflationary effect on consumer prices, which would make it harder for the Fed to keep rates low. But it's really a wait and see situation. We really don't know what Trump is going to do or how far he's going to take things. I know people elected him because they believe that he would be a good president for the economy. And economic growth is really going to determine rates. If we can have sustainable economic growth that doesn't push up prices, then that would be better for rates. But if we don't, then I'm not as optimistic about where rates are headed.
Yeah, I was reading an op-ed over the course of this week, I believe it was in Bloomberg, talking about the first broken promise might be 3% mortgage rates here, and it's tough to see us getting back to that level. What has been campaigned on, and what's realistic if we're trying to separate fact from fiction and try to create some reality around campaign talk versus what the real environment may look like?
When it comes to the president's control of rates, Trump has indicated he wants to put more pressure on the Fed to lower rates. But Jerome Powell just yesterday indicated that he wasn't going to be partial. He was going to keep on the same path. And I think that is what the Fed is going to continue to do. So I don't think he'll be able to pressure the Fed to lower rates. Other things related to the housing market, cutting red tape, that certainly could be a bipartisan success if we see some movement on things like red tape to build new homes or zoning laws. That would all be great. But we really don't know how high priority those things are for him.
How much land would that ultimately open up? And is it enough to actually put a dent in the larger supply issue that we have right now?
The larger supply issue is largely a result of local zoning laws. And we've seen states like California and even Florida across the board in terms of the political spectrum relax zoning laws and allow for more new construction. There's still pushback at even a more local level with neighborhoods or cities not wanting to build more housing. So I don't really think the president has much to do with that. They can set the tone and indicate that they want more new construction, but red states such as Texas and Arizona, Tennessee have all been good on housing. It really is more of a blue state, blue city issue. And hopefully they take this as a motivation to solve that problem for themselves.
Is it clear at all whether we'll see any receding in the abnormally high average price for home sales right now?
I think that high home prices are here to stay. It's not like there's a big plan to increase the supply of housing by millions of units. I think that what we're probably going to see is that if we see successes at a state level, a bit of a decline in home price growth, but I anticipate that prices will stay high. And if rates remain high, then the affordability picture is going to be pretty stuck.
What does that mean for then the kind of juxtaposition of what we're seeing in rental markets versus those who are able to submit bids right now and are active within the home buying landscape?
Well, right now, for the most part, it is more affordable to rent a home versus buy a home. And that has meant more people are choosing to rent. And if the economy continues to grow, then I anticipate that rents will grow and that over time that will push people back into the housing market just from an affordability standpoint. But for now, it seems like a lot of people are just looking at how expensive it is and taking a step back from the housing market. And if affordability remains a problem, that's probably going to continue.
Daryl Fairweather, who is the Redfin chief economist. Daryl, always a pleasure to grab some time with you. Thank you so much for joining us here on Yahoo Finance. Appreciate it.